Okay. You may notice a change on my team. We now have Entei. Obviously, the prep to like catch Entei is really boring, so I didn't want to record it. I had a soundproofed, with ability soundproof electrode to try and capture it, but I figured it could still roar, and it was a whole problem. And I didn't want to level up the fossil that had ingrain, and it was like a huge mission. And in the end, I wasn't going to, and I wanted to level. I thought, even though I had 2 casualties last time, but Joey was kind of my fault, so I figured I could. What's the word? Yeah, I figured I could beat it here with lower levels. I wanted it to be exciting for the viewer. That's the same reason I didn't stomp it with a team of using all 5 of those Master Balls on the island and come back with everything and thrash the Elite Four. So I wanted this final part to be exciting. So I only leveled to Agatha's level because I thought Lance's was too easy last time, but I didn't account for actually how much harder this is this time and not just lower levels. So I'm not going to lie to you, I've actually lost at the Elite Four twice. The first time I actually very nearly won just by cheesing with Mika and Jack, but I didn't win. And so that's when I realised, hey, I have the Master Ball left. I never did use the Master Ball. And I thought that's a really easy way to catch Entei, even though it's a mission to find him and stuff. So I went until I got him, and then I did level back to, I think, Lance's level this time. I'm saying that the 2 losses weren't the true losses. I'd handicapped myself too much, and this is the canonical version. So as you can see, we've breezed past Lorelei. I didn't take any chances. Surf is good and Psychic is good, and he's half Psychic, although he doesn't have the Psychic move. So but Fly is good against Fighting too, so he's still perfect for Bruno. Unless they have some like Sky Uppercut or Thunder Punch or something, we should be okay. Rock Slide would hurt quite a lot, but they're not going to get it off on us, and they're not going to get stabbed for using it, is my thinking. It's going to hit harder than Joey did, get revenge for him. But see, he did still survive, so that's how strong Machamp is. Rock Slide's super effective, but he's not a Rockmon, so yeah, like I said, we survived. But yeah, I just wanted to talk over the Lorelei fight to explain the context of this is the 3rd but true attempt. If we lose this time, that's it. We've got Entei is better than we came in with the Kecleon, who was just like there for thief in the party originally. We had no one. I didn't want to bother leveling up the Dragonite or something like that. But Entei, I was happy with. It's exciting. It's fun. So here we go. Mika right out the front. Not going to lose anyone to these guys. These are all poison cross types, even though they're ghosts, some of them, so not fucking around. We're going straight in with Meeks. But the reason we lost both times really is because of he has this completely OP. Someone has a Tyranitar and it has a permanent sandstorm that never goes away, which is completely retarded, stupid bullshit. And it was just OP, and he would use full restores on it as well. That was the bigger thing. So even if you're willing to lose a couple of guys, he uses a full restore like you would use a revive, but you've already lost too many people, and then we just couldn't beat the rest of the rivals mons. So yeah, it was really unfair. So I realised, why am I handicapping myself when it's basically doing fucking hacks bullshit? So this is why we're going back in a bit higher level and so on. But yeah, it's still a weird team. With Zapdos, and we got 2 flying guys. And a fire guy wouldn't actually have been on my team ideally. But there you go. So yeah, I believe we're leveled to Lance, so we've made it with 6 people to him so far. He does start with a Gyarados. Now if he's half dragon in this version, my thinking is Earthquake, Ice Beam's good. He has Earthquake. Yeah, they have all bullshit moves. They can Earthquake too easily. And I'm sorry, that thawing out was absolute bullshit too. And yeah, to raise his speed and full restore, and then me not get 2 Ice Beams because he's already raised his speed. I mean, this is the sort of cheating horseshit that they're doing in this battle. And then a Hyper Beam, come on, fuck off. Absolute bullshit. Such bullshit. And you don't need to recharge if you, oh, you do on this version. Just complete cheating bullshit, so I'm pretty pissed off. Luckily, he switches into someone who's also half water, and even if he's faster now, he shouldn't be able to kill us in one go. He uses a special attack, I believe, after raising his physical attack, the dumbass. That was effective. now I'm an idiot here because I should have switched out. I thought Thunderbolt, even though he's rock, his half flying, it would be worth it, and we had speed on our side, but clearly we didn't. So no fucking around, we're gonna nuke him with stab psychic. So sorry Zoo, that's on us. But you can see how much harder this Elite Four round 2 is. Everyone has Earthquake. Like, you get 1 TM off it of Giovanni, that's it. And yet every one of his guys has it. It's just fuck off. Absolutely fuck off. So yeah, we're not a dragon, but super effective enough, and our stats are good enough that it did over half. We heal ourselves just to be safe. We don't know how fast his next guy is going to be. Thanks for leftovers, and hopefully this Dragon Claw finishes the job. He's got 1 guy left, another OP Dragonite, but we've got leftovers and speed in hand. Doesn't do half health this time, that's annoying. Outrage is worrying. So yeah, Larry was not our fault, Zoo was kind of our fault, but to be honest, I was thrown off after the Larry thing. Yeah, this horseshit again with the full restores, just fuck off with that. Even if we get a second one, we're going to need a third one to kill him. Getting sick of Lance's shit, to be honest. But it's not Lance who's the most bullshitty. Ouch. Yeah, we got you. You had to recharge and you used no item, so we beat him. But yeah, ether time. 4 guys to beat a team of 6. And Larry would have been very useful for the Charizard and for the Executor and everything, really. I know he's half fighting Heracross, right? That's absolute bullshit. He survived, but it doesn't matter too much. Oh, it does if he cheats. Ancient Power. And then a Psychic. Thankfully, we get the 2 attacks because of the item use, so that's okay. Alakazam. At least we're going to move first. Should be reasonably evenly matched. I'm nervous about his stat boosting bullshit because, yeah, this is going to hurt more than it should otherwise. And he got the special defense lower. He's a lucky bastard. But we got a crit with that Psychic. Don't know why I went for Psychic. I don't think that was a good move, but I think I was trying to save something. So yeah, this is where the bullshit comes in. It's this guy. He's the worst thing in the whole league. This is why if I'd known he was there, I wouldn't have underleveled the first attempt. Crunch is obscenely powerful for someone who's not dark. Leftovers is counteracted by his fucking bullshit with the, you know, Sandstorm. Luckily we survived the Earthquake, thank God. So in theory we should win because of the Toxic, but you know full well what bullshit he's going to pull. There should absolutely be a hard limit on that, like two full restores per battle or something, because it doesn't benefit us the way it affects him. He's fine with stalling out because he has Sandstorm and can take more hits in the first place. If we use a full restore, he's going to get free hit on us, and that's too much. And yeah, if there wasn't the Sandstorm, we would have survived that. That's absolute fucking bullshit that we're in that situation. I hate this guy. This is making me a 1-5-1er because fuck Tyranitar, looks stupid as shit. Fuck 2nd gen. But at least we got through it. And we still got our 2 best guys left. You're not having adequate time to mourn. I'm wondering what would be most effective. I thought Earthquake just did good damage, but whatever nonsense moves has it got that it shouldn't have? That's what I'm wondering. So I've been counting how many full restores he used. That's why I was willing to use some. You know, I said I'd match them item for item, but there's not really much benefit. I'm worried it's now I haven't been able to kill it quickly. It's used too many of those dragon dances, and we're gonna have a problem. Fortunately, we can. Its best move seems to be Hydro Pump, and we can avoid that. Thank God we had Recover queued up. Of course, we're going to need to use a second one because of Sandstorm. At least Sandstorm's affecting him too. Why I switched out there instead of using a second Recover, I don't know. That's so silly. I'm thinking just go for a Stab Psychic probably. Got 5 left. And then he cheats again. In a way that benefits him disproportionately to us. Because his Pokemon are tankier. Misses with a Hyper Beam, that's good. But they don't have to recharge, I believe, when they miss. Could be wrong. At least it's using its power points, I guess. But then that stat increase. But luckily he's down. This is the problem. Do we have any ancient power left? Because rock would be good. We're hoping for that stat boost. It hurts him a lot, but we don't get the stat boost. And he gets a crit. We're so unlucky this run, actually. Now, I wrongly think Tainment has, resistance for fire, So logically, you fucking should. But then he cheats. And of course, idiot, I forget Dig's not going to work because he's half flying. So, thank God we didn't have the Earthquake when we're underground. I believe it does double damage. Same way Thunder does double if you're flying or something. Isn't that a thing? So we only have the Wounded Fiasco, which is seriously worrying. Fortunately, Dragon Claw does basically nothing for some reason. Probably because he's not Dragon, and we're not weak to it. Fire Blast hits, but we've already recovered. He must be nearly out of Fire Blasts at this point too. We can possibly just stall out the Sandstorm at this point. So weirdly, the only two guys that are left alive are people we have had quite recently and not much emotional attachment to. But that's funny. Nuzlocke's work in weird ways, right? He survives it. I 4 restore attainment. He's used hundreds. We use 1. And he uses another one, so I don't feel bad at all about doing that. Cheating bitch. Recover again just to be safe. Don't want to get critted by... Maybe he's got 1 Fire Blast left or something. At least we're both pretty in full health now, my 2 remaining guys. Surf hits, that's nice. He's using a flying move. Shame you can't fly above the Sandstorm like you could fly above a hurricane or whatever, The eye of the storm and stuff, see it from above. We surf him to death. And then he randomly has a grass guy left. And we're a flyer. A really good flyer. So, and we have our other guy's a fire guy, so I'm pretty confident. He's so strong he actually survives. Psychic keeps us, but our dual Psychic type actually really helps there, which is awesome. We're going to recover, I believe. No, we're going to let Tainment get the glory. But that Psychic without that resistance that lured us into a false sense of security does way too much, but at least he used up a power point and took some more Sandstorms in the process. He's wounded. Sandstorm's going to hit him too. We're going to recover to be safe. And we're asleep, that's worrying. We're both hit by the Sandstorm. We're trying to wake up, we can't, he hits us, we survive it. And he's killed by his own fucking cheap bastard Sandstorm. Fuck you. In your face. We won in the scrapiest way possible. But, I feel bad that they died, but we have the Sacred Ash. Lore-wise, I'm saying that's going to bring back all our defeated people. Fuck it, why not? Happy ending. Plus, yeah. Plus, I think that's more exciting than if we had used Masterboard, 5 guys from the island, and and the Mew. So, and I hope you feel the same way and you enjoyed that, whoever's watching it. So yeah, I'm going to toss the Sacred Ash and say everyone's fine. All the dead are back. Put him in here just for the sake of scoring up the Nuzlocke. We lost 5, 10, 19 guys. Yeah, we had 19 knockouts. See, I had the other dogs in there. Here's who I would use if I was continuing on under the Nuzlocke rules. Not that there's anything to continue on to. I've got my utility guys, a former member of my team, Gary, or Magic rather. And I guess the Electrode I leveled up. Nice type coverage there. And I guess that's us. I guess that's it. Yeah. So yeah, this is where I went to confirm if there was a second Sacred Ash, but there wasn't. I think we knock out the Ho-Oh again, just for spite. Although it'd obviously make more sense to catch it now. But yeah, thanks very much for watching, guys. I hope you got some enjoyment out of this. I don't know how other Nuzlockers do this. I know there's some streaming site where you can track the Pokemon on the side. You're playing like a Game Boy emulator that's being filmed. There's like a whole thing. I didn't really know about it when I started. But yeah, I don't know. This is a bit of a weird setup to do it. But again, this whole project was a practice for my podcast, and it's not just a sneaky backdoor pilot, like trying to trick you, like with the XCOM games, where you make the good one to lure them into the shit one. But that was always the idea, and I've learned a lot about the sound editing, the mic editing. So this has really done its purpose. And if anyone, a single person, I got two or three comments on my videos so far. So assuming they're not all friends in disguise trying to be supportive, there's a few people joined it. But the point is, if anyone enjoys it other than me, it did its purpose for me. And if anyone enjoys it, that's a bonus. So I'm happy, and hopefully you're happy too. And yeah, I might do some more of these maybe in the future one day. Be cool to do like a crystal one or something. Seeing like Lugia and Ho-Oh go at it is, despite my claims of being a 151er now, have made me feel like I should possibly do that. Actually, I was going to delete this last part out, but like after beating the league. But actually, this is kind of like how you sort of have credits, on like anime movies where they have like footage happening during the credits, like the characters just sticking around. This is kind of like the equivalent of that. So yeah, I'm not going to say like and subscribe, because that might be what you might only have come for this Nuzlocke, which is now over. I don't care if you like or subscribe, but I'll probably be uploading a couple of pod episodes. I'll be losing my little recording space here at the end of January 2021, but it was actually good to have a deadline. It made me more productive, so that's cool. And yeah, if you enjoyed any of my mad ramblings, then I guess do look out for my podcast, because that's going to be more of the same, but with a little bit more structure and without the obligation to tie it to Pokemon shit. But I'm not just going to go full on, politics or reading the news. It will be random bullshit I talk about, perhaps like Bill Burr's podcast, but without the being as funny or charismatic as a professional comedian. But that kind of format, yeah, so I did wonder if maybe the second Ho-Ho's actually do have a chance of holding more Sacred Ash, but there's definitely not one in the ground at that point, so just the guide wrongly described it as wild Ho-Ho's, drop it. So we'll see. Now I'm wondering how long this fight goes on for, because the whole point is I'm killing it again. Is it struggling already? Was that a struggle I saw? Yeah, he's got a lot of like 5 PP moves, so I'm thinking Magic has type advantage, but that level difference is just way too much. Look at that. You get 1 surf off at least, but the level difference is just too much. See what Karma can do. Again, we're killing it on purpose here, not false swiping. Die. Taking our anger out on Ho-Oh. Ouch. And that's Lugia beats Ho-Oh with help from his friends. Yeah, well, you know what, I'll edit it here even if there is more. I think I'm going to cut it off here.